A very good morning to you all. We are in a communication with a long period of time. I hope that all of you are at your, at your home safely. Before commencing this particular topic, we come to or we are going to share a very sad news. As we know that 20 soldiers of our country lost their life at the border of China. So it is the moment to show our respect to the departed soldiers. So here at first I pay my homage to those soldiers who sacrificed themselves for the better future of the countrymen. I wish God may give strength and power to the members of the family to bear this severe loss. Now we are going to begin this particular chapter, Lost Spring, Stories of Stolen Childhood. This has been written by Anis Jung. So at first we are going to discuss about the author. Anis Jung was from Rourkela. She completed her education in Hyderabad as well as USA. She is lucky one because her parents were both writers. She began her career as a writer in India. She wrote many books, including this particular book, Lost Spring, Stories of Stolen Childhood. At first, we are going to discuss about the theme of this particular write-up. The plight of street children who are forced into labor early in life and they are denied the opportunity of schooling as well as education. So the poet focused upon this particular theme. The writer also describes the callousness of society and the political class, and these are the reasons to the suffering of the poor as well as their children. Theme is really very powerful. Now at first we are going to discuss a little about the story. The writer analyzes the grinding poverty and tradition which are really bad for the children, and these are the means for the exploitation of the children. She exposes the exploitation of poverty stricken children. She also discusses the migration of people from villages to cities, as it has multiple effects on the life of poor children. People are trying hard and working hard to transform their fate and prospects, and probably this is the main reason of migration. But sometimes it lands them to the slums of the city. It has been clearly visible during recent pandemic of COVID-19, where this pandemic has exposed the pathetic conditions of the laborers as well as the political system. In this particular story, the narrator discussed about the two children. Sahib's family came from Dhaka, as their fields and homes were destroyed and swept away by storms. The families are left with no options but to migrate the country. They landed in the cities like Delhi, where they have to toil hard because they can't go to the bed empty belly. Without any options, they choose to be a rag picker. Similarly, Mukesh is representing another child who has a dream to be a motor mechanic, but he has to fight the callousness of society and political class. Pathetic condition of children working in the bangle industry of Firozabad has exposed the odds of child labor and the steps which has been taken by the government to eradicate this abuse. I mean the abuse of the child labor. Moving further, it is very important to discuss about one of the most important underlying topic. Without it, it is going to be quite difficult for us to understand the first part of this discussion. The topic is, what is migration? What are the reasons of migration? Migration is a shift from a place of residence to another place for a short length of time or permanently. The labor migrations is mostly influenced by the social structures and the pattern of development. There are many factors which affect the migration. These are poverty, land holding system, fragmentation of land or breaking away of the land or division of land, lack of employment opportunities or jobs, large family size, and natural calamities. In this particular story, the main reason of migration is natural calamities. Their houses have been destroyed, fields are swept away by concurrent storms, so they have no other option but to leave the place. So we are going to begin this particular first part. The heading of the first part is, sometimes I find a rupee in the garbage. So at first we are moving to this particular write-up. This story has been written in the first person form. Narrator or the author herself narrated the whole event. So Sahib visits author or Anis Jung locality every morning. Here it has been written, I ask Sahib whom I encounter every morning. Encounter means come across. Scrounging for looking out. खोज में. Sahib visit Anis Jung locality every morning. Why? He is searching for gold in the garbage heap, the mass of the garbage. Sahib told the narrator about his family. His family migrated from Dhaka. Being asked, he informs him that he does not attend any school, but it does not mean he does not want to study. The basic reason is there are no schools in his neighborhood. Once being asked about his home, he simply accepts that he forgot his old home, but his members of the family told him that they once lived in Dhaka, Bangladesh. Natural calamities like cyclonic storms made the life unbearable. It swept away their fields and the homes, and so they migrated in search of a better life, and in this way they landed here. Upon this point of the time, the narrator is talking about the promises made to children which are rarely kept. Anis Jung also promises Sahib to admit him in her school, but she is unable to keep it. Even she accepts that promises like are abound in every corner of his bleak world, dark world. So here is the discussion. Once being asked, here is the answer of Sahib. There is no school in my neighborhood. When they build one, I will go. So the narrator asks, in a lighter vein, if I start a school, will you come? Sahib answers affirmatively. But later on, he again asked about the school. Upon this, he commented that promises like mine abound in every corner of his dark world. It means everyone is making promise, but no one is trying to keep those promises. In this way, the narrator is telling us what happened then. After months of knowing him, I asked his name. So here the narrator is talking about The true sense or true meaning of Sahib, true meaning of the word Sahib. Sahib's full name is Sahib-e Alam. Sahib-e Alam stands for Lord of Universe. The name contrasts Sahib's reality. It is quite ironical that this Sahib-e Alam is young, barefoot, rag picker. He searches for gold in the garbage dump, in the garbage heap, and so the name is quite ironical in the case of Sahib. Sahib and his friends are roaming. Sahib and his friends, an army of barefoot boys who, like the birds, appear in the morning and disappear at noon. Sahib and his friends are roaming across the area, but you will find them early in the morning and they are not visible at noon. Okay. Here, now the narrator or writer is going to discuss about the one of the greatest desire or wish, as well as the problems of the children. So the narrator has raised one important question: why aren't you wearing chappals? These children are roaming barefoot, okay, the streets with his friends. So the question, why aren't they wearing chappals? And the boys explain the reasons for this particular question. One reason is that mother does not bring them from the shelf. It means they are very small one, and the mother has kept the chappal to the higher block of the shelf or the shelf made up in the wall, and sees mother does not bring them down from the shelf. This may be the one reason. Second, traditions. People does not wear chappal in villages or slum out of tradition. This may be the another reason. Anis Zhang sums up that these are only an excuse. These are only a pretext to explain away a never ending condition of poverty. It means they are not wearing chappals because they don't have money to purchase it. They are really very, very poor. So in this way, we find that At this point of the time, the narrator has discussed about an old story that is a story from Udupi. So here is a short introduction of this place. It is a district of Karnataka. It means it is the headquarter of a district of Karnataka. It happens to be the popular tourist destination. It is popular for a Krishna temple, but there are many temples there. Udupi is a place of temples. It is the home to a number of beautiful and serene beaches. The Maple Beach is the most famous among them, and it is a famous tourist place also. But we will discuss about that story, a story from Udupi, in our next class. Okay, and so I find that you will find yourself in a good condition. Okay, thank you.